2024 is packed with new releases and exciting gaming moments, but sometimes you've got to pause and revisit the masterpieces that define the medium. Today I'm taking you on a journey through 15 great games worth revisiting in 2024. These aren't just games, they're unforgettable experiences that shape the way we play. And you know what? They're still every bit as fantastic now as they were back when they first dropped. Let's get into it. Let's start with Lara Croft's Rebirth in Tomb Raider 2013. This game was such a revelation when it came out. It took a beloved character and grounded her in a gritty, emotional origin story. The survival mechanics, the exploration of Yamatai Island, and the way Lara evolves from an inexperienced archaeologist to a battle-hardened survivor, it's all just so immersive. I remember being blown away by how visceral everything felt. Every arrow shot, every desperate climb, every moment of sheer terror was so beautifully crafted. Replaying this game always reminds me of the journey Lara takes and how she became the legend we know today. If you've never played this reboot, you're missing out on a landmark in gaming.
You're mine!
The Sands of Time is pure magic. It's one of those games that feels timeless, pun intended. The rewind mechanic was a game changer, literally. But what always stood out to me was the story. The prince's narration and the chemistry between him and Farah, absolute perfection. What I love most about revisiting this game is its simplicity compared to modern titles. No bloated mechanics or overwhelming maps, just pure focused gameplay with tight platforming and combat. And let's be honest, that soundtrack is still a vibe in 2024. It's a masterpiece that deserves another run.
This is the thanks I get for saving your life.
You don't understand. I need that dagger to undo.
To undo what I have done. Truly you must think I'm a fool.
You are right to be cautious. But fight as bravely as you may, you cannot defeat this enemy. The sands will spread. They will consume everything.
When I think of Gotham City, Arkham Knight is the vision that pops into my head. This game nailed the feeling of being Batman like no other. The free-flow combat system is iconic, the detective mode is endlessly satisfying, and the Batmobile... Well, I know it was divisive, but I loved tearing through the city in it. What gets me every time I replay this is how rich Gotham feels. Every alley, rooftop, and sewer tells a story, and the Scarecrow's psychological attacks, those sequences are some of the most memorable moments in gaming for me. If you haven't revisited Gotham in a while, trust me, now's the time.
Batman, he's here! You ain't Batman no more!
I'll admit I was skeptical when Capcom announced a first-person Resident Evil, but wow, Resident Evil 7 is a masterpiece of tension and horror. The Baker family is terrifying, but they're also some of the most interesting villains the series has ever given us. I still remember the first time Jack Baker chased me through the mansion. It was one of the most heart-pounding moments I've ever had in a game. And the atmosphere? It's suffocating in the best way. Revisiting this game in 2024 with modern horror games inspired by it just shows how influential it was.
Me? What about you?
No, it's my job. Won't you do your job and tell me? Answer my questions.
You're not gonna believe me if I told you.
Try me. Hey, put that door back. Put that door back up. Put that
Fuck it! I'm gonna kill everyone!
Black Flag is hands down one of my favorite Assassin's Creed games. I mean, who doesn't want to be a pirate? Sailing the Caribbean, battling enemy ships, and uncovering hidden treasures was pure joy. For me, Edward Kenway's story hits differently. He's not your typical hero, he's flawed and driven by greed, but his redemption arc is so satisfying. And the naval combat, even after all these years, it's still some of the best in gaming. Every time I replay it, I feel like I'm setting sail on a new adventure. If you haven't experienced it, you're missing out on a classic.
Cannon ready! Vulnerable back! Gun to planks! Fire!
Dishonored 2 is a game I always recommend to people who love player freedom. The level design is genius, especially the Clockwork Mansion and the time-shifting mission, A Crack in the Slab. When I replay it, I usually try to go full stealth, which always ends with me panicking and leaving a trail of chaos behind. The choice between Corvo and Emily is fantastic because they play so differently. This game is a masterclass in choice and consequence, and every playthrough feels fresh.
It's too late for that, Rapallo. Guess what happens next? Shit.
Smell the stench of the void. There's something cooking.
This game hit me right in the feels. Uncharted 4 is a love letter to adventure and a heartfelt goodbye to Nathan Drake's story. The attention to detail is insane, from the lush environments to the smallest character interactions. I still think about the quiet moments like playing Crash Bandicoot with Elena just as much as the bombastic action scenes. Naughty Dog poured their hearts into this game and it shows. Revisiting it is like catching up with an old friend.
Hop on! Here, take this! How we doing back there? Not good! Not good at all! Keep shooting! I am! I hate this truck! Hang on, Nathan! Sam, it's right up on us! Move as fast as I can! This is gonna be close!
Holy shit.
Yeah.
Red Dead Redemption 2 isn't just a game, it's an experience. Arthur Morgan's story is one of the most emotional journeys I've ever been on. This game's world is so alive, from the bustling towns to the quiet moments of fishing by a river. Even on my third playthrough, I find new details. That's the beauty of RDR2. It feels like a living, breathing world. If you haven't revisited Arthur's journey in a while, trust me, it's worth saddling up again.
You ain't getting away, Jack! You're dead!
A Plague Tale: Innocence surprised me in the best way. I didn't expect a story about a sister and her little brother during a plague-ridden era to grip me so hard. The bond between Amicia and Hugo is beautifully portrayed, and the gameplay, using light to survive the relentless rat swarms, is both unique and intense. What I love about revisiting this game is how grounded it feels despite its dark fantasy elements, the emotional weight of protecting Hugo, the oppressive atmosphere, and the breathtaking art direction make this a game I can't put down once I start it again. It's hauntingly beautiful.
I'm too big. You'll have to go in and open the window for me.
But they'll see me.
I'll keep him busy. Trust me.
What was it? Oh, I saw something move over there. What was that noise? Well, it was nothing.
Control is one of the most mind-bending games I've ever played. The Oldest House is such a bizarre and fascinating place to explore, and the mix of supernatural powers with intense gunplay is just so satisfying. The first time I played it, I was completely hooked by the mystery of the Federal Bureau of Control. Even after finishing it, I still had so many questions, and every time I revisit it, I uncover new details. Plus the atmosphere, it's unsettling, surreal, and totally unforgettable. If you haven't been back to The Oldest House in a while, 2024 is the perfect time to do it. Days Gone didn't get the love it deserved when it launched, but it has aged like fine wine. The open world is stunning, the bike mechanics are so satisfying, and the story of Deacon John and Sarah really hits you in the feels. What always draws me back is the dynamic nature of the Freakers. Whether you're fighting off a massive horde or sneaking through abandoned towns, the tension never lets up. And that moment when you finally upgrade your bike to perfection, pure satisfaction. Revisiting this game always feels like stepping back into a living, breathing apocalypse.
Damn it, sir. Go. Get your old lady. Who's up?
Hellblade isn't just a game, it's an emotional journey. Senua's story, her struggles with psychosis, and her determination to save Dillion's soul are incredibly moving. The audio design, those voices constantly whispering in your ears, is something I've never experienced in another game. Revisiting this game is like stepping into a work of art. Every frame feels intentional, and the emotional weight never diminishes no matter how many times I play it. If you want a deeply personal and unique experience, Hellblade is the game to pick up again.
Anticipate the moves. Do it. You're close.
Horizon Zero Dawn is a triumph in world building. The post-apocalyptic setting where humanity has regressed while robotic creatures dominate the land is utterly fascinating. And Aloy is one of the most compelling protagonists in gaming. What makes revisiting this game so special is the freedom of exploration and the tactical combat against machines. Every encounter feels like a puzzle to solve, and the story still resonates deeply. Plus, the game's visuals are just as breathtaking now as they were at launch. This is one world I never get tired of returning to. The Witcher 3 isn't just a game, it's an epic. Geralt of Rivia's journey through the war-torn lands of Velen, the bustling streets of Novigrad, and the haunting beauty of Skellige is nothing short of legendary. What keeps me coming back is the incredible storytelling. Every side quest feels meaningful, every choice carries weight, and the characters, from Ciri to Yennefer to Dandelion, feel like old friends. Even now in 2024, there's no RPG that can quite match its depth and heart. If you haven't taken up Geralt's swords in a while, you owe it to yourself to do so. God of War 2018 is without a doubt one of the most impactful games of the last decade. Watching Kratos transition from a vengeful warrior to a struggling father is such a powerful narrative, and the bond he forms with Atreus, it's storytelling at its finest. What always amazes me when I revisit this game is how every moment feels handcrafted. The combat is visceral, the exploration is rewarding, and the emotional beats hit just as hard the second or third time around. Revisiting this game in 2024 feels like reconnecting with a piece of gaming history. And this wraps up today's video about 15 incredible games that are absolutely worth revisiting in 2024. Which of these games are you most excited to replay, or did I miss one of your personal favorites? Let me know in the comments below. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell for more gaming content. Thanks for watching, and I will see you next time.
Anyone ever tell you you have a funny idea of romantic?
Yeah, I may have heard that somewhere before.